REMARKETER, empowering realtors.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me today. So I decided to have another look at the door knocking application, the door knocking module of the REMARKETER system. Now that the politicians are done with door knocking, and it's back to the realtors to resume on the activities of door knocking. The weather is good, and I think it's now time to take another look at your door knocking approach and marketing activities. It's an important part of a realtor's job. You need to be able to really farm the areas that you're focused on, and part of that farming is obviously door knocking, being able to talk to the homeowners, get to know them, understand each and every individual property in the area that you're focused in, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that we will be talking about and focusing on today. I won't take it too deep. It's pretty straightforward. I'll try to give you a few examples to show you how you can really incorporate this feature into your or basically apply the feature for your door knocking activities. All right, so let's go ahead and start off today's session. So obviously where we want to go is the door knocking module right here on the left. So once you go into the door knocking session, you have two sections here. You have a map, and then you have a list of your previously knocked areas. So these are all the previously visited properties. I've got each and every individual one of them. The address, the area, the outcome of the knock, and the date. You can quickly take a look at your knock history and see what was the things. For instance, so this one's got a maybe. I can quickly look at it and see if I've had any notes, for example, and I can take further action accordingly. So all your results are here. You can also point to the map, to the property on the map. Now, as you can see on the map, every property that I have knocked is marked accordingly. Let me change my focus area. So we're going to Willowdale. So here you can see that I have previously visited this area, and I have knocked on a few properties. So you can see that every one of the properties that I have previously visited are marked accordingly. And you can see the legend of the color scheme that we have here down below here. So for instance, you see the ones that are marked in green are interested. Anyone that would be marked in darker blue would be not interested. The light blue is not owner. So I was able to meet with someone here, but that person wasn't the owner of the property, perhaps a tenant. We have maybes marked in orange, and then we have the grays, which have been knocked, but I haven't got an answer. So nobody was home, for instance. Now, so these are the ones that the property has been marked with a colored shade. Now, we also have circles on the map indicating other status for individual properties. So whether the property is actively on the market, so these properties are already listed on the market. If they're sold, so if they're recently sold, so this one, for instance, is recently sold. This one over here is recently sold. So you can see these properties that have recently sold. And then we've got terminated and expired as well, which won't be marked by default on the map, but you can activate these as well. Let me show you how. So let's say, for instance, I would like to do a bit of door knocking in this area. And before I start, I want to see if there are any properties that have recently been terminated. So what I can do is I can click on this blue button at the top right corner here, and I want to see the terminated properties. There you go. So as soon as you click on show terminated properties, you can see the ones that have recently been terminated. Now, that doesn't mean that the property is up for soliciting, meaning that it's not under contract yet, but it's up to you to be a little bit cautious when you're approaching these properties right here. You can also see whether a property is expired. You can see that there's only one in this area that has been expired. If you want, you can move back and see another look. So we've got a bunch of properties in these areas that have recently been expired. These could be a good target for you to go to straightforward and basically approach them. So for instance, if I want to go down here, show me the expired ones, so I can see that there are a couple of expired properties right here, which I can further investigate. Now, this one is put back on the market. You can see that it turns green, meaning that it's back on the market, and I'm able to see that. Okay, let's go back to our Willowdale area here. Okay. Now, each one of the properties that I want to knock, I'm going to be able to initially click on and see if I can gain any further information. So for instance, here, once I click on this property, I can see that the property's latest status has been a lease. It's been leased for $5,000. And I can click on more info to see what I can find here. So this is more information about the property. I can even see the listings pictures right here. So that's the listings information. So that's the latest time that this property has been on the market. It's been on the market for for lease. It was listed for $4,900 and leased for $4,900. So this indicates to me that most probably when I knock on this door, I will probably be meeting with a tenant here, because it was leased. Well, basically, it was last leased. Once I click on door knock, I have the history of the property available to me here. So I can see that it was listed for lease, $5,480, and it was terminated. And then it was leased in July 2014. Then again, it was on the market for lease in 2019, and then it was leased in 2019. So this, either the tenant has been there for quite a while, and you can also see that, for example, for this property, the owner has been leasing the property for quite a while, almost a decade now, more than a decade. So basically, that tells me that most probably there couldn't be an intention to sell. I don't see any attempt to sell in the history of this property. However, that could also be an opportunity if I can see the opportunity. But anyways, nevertheless, what this is the intention of having this here is to give you a little bit more insight. And this says we've not yet door knocked on this property. So let's go ahead and knock. So I approach the property and I knock. So once I click on knock, I'm able to record this the outcome of my knock here now. So basically what happens is that I can firstly select whom I was able to meet. So whether I got an answer or not. If if I was able to talk to somebody, I can, for instance, mark that this person is not the owner, and I can record that person's information as my contact. Right now, uh, the tenant of this property could also be interested in maybe purchasing a property, so you can have a different discussion with that person as well. So let alone this person could still be a lead for you, obviously. But anyways, I'm going to record the information. So for example, let's say I have met a Joe Doe the second. The email address is jd at gmail.com, for example. I can record the cell number if I have it, and then I can put in some notes. Tenant will talk to the owner and will know. Also interested to see options to purchase if possible, for example, right? So that is my notes right here. Now, I can also send an intro letter automatically to this person. So as soon as if I click this, as soon as I hit save, the system will automatically send this person an intro letter as well. I will show you where that intro letter is to be configured in this session. So don't worry about that. But this will automatically trigger the introductory letter to that person once you hit save. Now, we also need to set up a follow-up time. So let's say I talked to this person and we decided that I'm going to contact them again later this week. So what I'll need to do is I will select the follow-up type. It could be a call, it could be a conversation, it could be a contract, an email to be sent out of just a follow-up, whatever. If you need to send a gift, send a text message, whatever you need to do, just to remember to do something, or we need to go back and door knock again on this for this property. So let's say I'm supposed to give this person a call. So I select that from the list here, and then I will also select that time. So it could be tomorrow, it could be in 3 days, it could be in 1 week, it could be in 3 months. So you can select that from the drop-down list here, or you can pick a specific date. And let's say I need to call that person on Friday, and Friday, May 2nd. Okay. Then we need to have a follow-up note as well. Prepare some possible purchase options with a monthly budget of $5,000, something like that, right? So beforehand, I will have to prepare a few of these, and then that would be my follow-up reminder. Okay, I can save this and move on to the next property. So you can see that this property has been marked. I now know that I have talked to someone at this property, and that person was not the owner. Now, the contact is automatically created in my contact list, and the reminder is automatically set so that I would know in my reminders that I need to call this person on Friday, and I would need to prepare for that call by finding a few properties in the area that could be a fit for them to purchase. So that's how we record this. And then I can move to the next property. So the next property, 141 Churchill, was, I can see the more info about this property. It has been sold recently. So the most recent um, transaction is a sale. So I can click on door knock and I can see that it was sold for $2 million in April 2017. So it's been sitting for a while, since 2017 that it was sold, and it hasn't been listed since. It was on the market a few times, terminated, etc. It was on the market for lease. It had been sold before in 2010. So you have the information here. So you know that the owner of this property has had this property since 2017. So I can again go ahead and make another knock. So let's say I knocked and I couldn't get an answer. So you can see that I can just continue moving forward. So this one, I wasn't able to get any history for the property. So that doesn't mean that there is no history. It just means that we don't have any record of this property being on MLS for the past 10, 15 years that we have the data for. And therefore, we weren't able to find a transaction for this property. Either way, even if there has been a transaction for this property, it should be from many years ago, which could be relevant. Again, I could just door knock, and I don't have a history, but I can still knock this property. And let's say I talk to a person, the third, for example. Something like that. I can put in my notes. I can send my intro letter. I can have a follow-up as well. So this is a maybe, told me to come back in a month and talk to them again. So I'm supposed to door knock again in 1 month. And this is my follow-up notes. So they need to know what would be a better choice, build or list. So that's my homework. I need to prepare for that, and I'm supposed to meet with them again in 1 month. So I can mark that and go on. So you can continue knocking on the doors of the block, and this will update for you as you go along. So you have all the properties here, and you can go along and fill them up. So you can have routes and routines, and you can come back to these areas again, and you would know who's who, and you'd go back to these areas in a couple of months, for example, and be able to do more and more and more. Now, another thing that you could do, obviously, is for you to be able to have follow-up campaigns prepared for these as well. All right. So you can see this one in our contact manager. So this one is Jill Doe II that we just met. You can see that the property is, well, the contact has been created here, 143 Churchill Avenue. So the address of the property has been mentioned here. And they've been tagged as door knock as well. So you can see that the contact has been properly created here. If I go to the profile, you have the address, the full address right there. All the information is there. It's been tagged, and we've got the whole thing in there. Now, the note that we had is for this task here. So let's go to the completed. Under completed, you can see that I have had a door knock. So on this date today, I have knocked on the door and I was able to talk to that person. So I can click view, and there it is. These are your notes for that uh, specific event, which was a door knock on this home. So you were able to meet Jill there, and you still have a pending task, which is a call scheduled for the 2nd of this month that I need to call them. I can see this one. I can see what I need to prepare for in order to have a good conversation with that person. So I will have the reminder for this action right here, and I'll be able to basically have a good follow-up with this contact of mine. All right, so now you know, once you do your door knock, all of your contacts would be available in your contact manager as well. So this is the second list that you can go to, and you can search for door knock here. That's the tag that we have here. All right, so these are all of the contacts that you have door knocking tags for, and you're able to go one by one and do your thing, whatever it is that you want to do. So for example, we want to create a campaign. Let's go to news and blogs, or let's go to newsletters, let's say. I want to create a campaign and send it out to the people who I have door knocked for. All right, so let's do this example. So I do my door knocking, and then I want to follow up. I have email addresses from these people, and I want to start a follow-up session here. So what I'll do is this. I'll go to my custom newsletter. All right, now here's what I want to say. Let's use AI to create my campaign content. So an email campaign title. What is the campaign title is going to be? Description of the topic. So further information about your neighborhood. All right, so I need this to be professional, one sentence, no emojis needed. Submit. All right, unlock the potential of your in-depth real estate insights and trends. So let's use this. If it's not okay, you can just click another submit, and it'll give you another version of that. You can change it if you want to. So for example, this to me is enough. I can just go ahead and use that. Now in the description, which comes after the salutation, this is what I'm going to do. An email campaign message. All right, so here it is. We have met at your property. It was a pleasure knowing you. Below are some useful information about the real estate market that I thought you may be interested in. Call me if you have any questions. Call me or email me. All right, so I need one paragraph now to be written with that information. There it is. So I have one paragraph available. It was a pleasure meeting you at your property and having the opportunity to discuss your real estate needs. I wanted to share some valuable insights into the current market trends that will influence your decision-making process, whether you're considering selling, buying, or simply exploring. So we have a good message written out for me. That's the beauty of using AI. And there we go. So now I can include some stuff like, for example, let's add latest real estate stats of your area. Make it relevant. Add the market watch. So we were in Willowdale. So that would be North York. It should be Toronto. Yeah. So I gotta be. So what is Willowdale? Willowdale. If I'm not mistaken, let's just do maybe C12. So that would be my area. All right, and then I can add. Some of my listings. Okay, let's add a few listings in here. Okay, we're adding these two. They appear to be the same anyway, so let's remove this one. Add. All right, and then let's add a little button here as well. You can have some call to action. So for example, here on your website, let's go all the way down here. Let's do a little home evaluation thing. Okay. I'm just going to get that link right there. I'll add the button here. I'll paste the link. It says, try my instant home valuation tool. Boom. I add that here. Let's move it up here. Let's add a little text area. I'll use an email campaign message. So basically it's going to be try my instant home valuation system. This uses AI technology. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, and then I can give you a no strings attached professional valuation as well. All right, so let's say I need one paragraph. Go ahead. So I just dump whatever I want the system to say, and there it is. I'll just use that, add it, put it right here. There we go. Discover the value of your home in the moments with our cutting-edge instant home valuation system, leveraging the latest in AI technology to provide you with a fast, free, and effortless preliminary estimate. Follow this seamless experience. I'm available to furnish you with a detailed, no obligation, professional valuation, ensuring you have all the insights you need to make informed decisions about your property. Let's harness the power. So I want to create even more engagement, and I want to create more leads off of my leads. So this is a good way to keep your audience engaged, and you're also following up with something. Make sure that it's soon enough that they still remember that you've been in touch with them, and you're offering them your services after your door knocking as well. So a door knocking session is not something that you meet them and then you forget them. It's something that you meet them and then you start a conversation. And these tools would be a great way for you to start a conversation that would be an ongoing conversation uh, with the people that you're meeting at your door knocking. So you're door knocking, you're nurturing with these tools, and then again you're door knocking again, and this is how you really start building and cultivating and really farming the area that you're in. So once that's done, I can generate that. I will save this, and then I will go back to my newsletters. So I have this available here. I'm going to email it. Who do I email it to? Obviously, I'm going to search for door knock. So these are the people who've been tagged with door knock, and I can go ahead and simply select them all and send the email out to all of these people. So that's a good example for you to see how you can door knock and then use the recorded information. This is all seamless. So I didn't have to go back and forth and export and import and everything. So everything is available right here. I just went into my custom newsletter and I built a newsletter that's appropriate for these guys and then sent it out to my door knocking leads. And this is how you can really make the best out of your door knocking efforts. You can send out direct mails afterwards. You can send out postcards afterwards. You can do all of that and be able to really farm the areas that you're active in. All right. So this is it. Try it out. Door knocking. That's the tool that you can work with. We can also look for things here. So for example, if we're looking for Thornhill area, we can filter each one of them, and these are the properties that I have knocked in the Thornhill area. For example, I can go ahead and see my notes. I can locate them on the map, and all of that can be done. And this is the area, the pocket that I've been door knocking, and I can go. So, for example, this is a property that I had knocked before, and now it's on the market for sale, right? So somebody else beat me to it, perhaps. So these are the things that you can monitor. If you're part of a team, you can collaboratively see the map. So you can also see your other colleagues' knocking stats as well. So this is one realtor, but if you're part of a team setup, then you'd be able to see everybody else's activity here as well. And as a team lead, you'd be able to see who's doing what in terms of door knocking in your neighborhood presence. So I talked about all of these. I talked about the list and give you an example for a follow-up. Perfect. So I hope this was informative for you. It's pretty straightforward, pretty important. Now's the season for it. So let's hope that you're going to be able to make the best use of this tool that's available to you. We're working on this system to make it even more inclusive and conclusive. So it's one of the things that we're continuously working on to make it better. And obviously, the first question that a lot of you ask once you start using this is whether it's going to be available on a mobile phone or not. It's not available right now, but it is being developed as part of our new version of the mobile app. So it is definitely going to be on your mobile app as well. A different interface designed for the smaller screen. However, this can be used as is on a tablet. So you can take a tablet with you and use this tool as you go along and do your door knocking in the areas that you're active in. Again, thank you very much for being with me today. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, please reach out to us. We're always available and eager to hear from you. And I'll see you again next week with a different topic. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.